Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I will show you how to collect latent prints by using powder method. First, we will discuss what is fingerprint. A fingerprint is an impression of wrist outline which appear on the anterior surface of the finger, on the proximal, middle, and the distant phalanges of the finger, and on the proximal and the distant phalanges of the thumb. And the types of fingerprint on the crime scene. There are three types of prints that investigator looks for at a crime scene. First one is the patent fingerprint. Patent fingerprints are the visible prints transferred onto the smooth surface by blood or other liquids. And the second one is the plastic fingerprint. Plastic fingerprint are the indentation left in the soft material such as clay or wax. And the third one is the latent fingerprint. Latent fingerprint are not visible but made so by dusting with powder or the use of chemicals. And the components of the latent fingerprints. Latent fingerprints are formed due to the skin secretions. Eccrine glands produce sweat, salts, and the amino acid, and the sebaceous gland release oil and the fatty acid, and the apocrine glands add proteins and the organic compounds. These elements leave behind identifiable patterns on the surface. And the latent fingerprints appear on the different surface like smooth surface, porous surface, and the textured surface. And the forensic expert use powder to reveal latent fingerprints. And the black powders made from carbon-based material work well on the light surface. And the gray powder containing aluminium is best for dark backgrounds. By brushing the powder gently, the fingerprint residue is highlighted for identification. And let's see how to collect latent fingerprints using the powder method. First, I am using a clean glass surface which is a non-porous material ideal for collecting fingerprints. Next, I press my finger firmly onto the glass surface to leave behind a latent fingerprint. Thus, a fingerprint not visible to the naked eye but still present. Now I take a small amount of black fingerprint powder on a soft brush using light gentle strokes. I dust over the area where the fingerprint was placed. The powder sticks to the moisture and the oil left by the fingerprint, making the pattern visible. The brush is applied firstly in one direction and then in the other direction, and when the ridge starts appearing, the brushing is done in a way that its motion follows the flow of the ridge. This method of developing latent fingerprint is based on the simple physical phenomenon of the adhering. As I dust, you can see the ridge pattern starting to appear. That's the latent print being developed. Avoid using too much powder as it can lead to improper results. Avoid lifting the prints twice as it may also lead to breaking of the ridge being developed. Make sure to photograph the latent fingerprint before lifting so that it can be used to compare with the lifted preservation. Marking should be done accurately. I can then use lifting tape to carefully lift the developed fingerprints from the surface and place it onto a fingerprint backing card for preserving and analysis. Lifting is done for comparison purpose and permanent recording. Take the sticky tape and put on the developed fingerprint. Make sure it is fully stretched. No air should be adhered into it. Uniformly press over the developed print, carefully drawn off from the object and mounted onto a suitable paper or card. Now let's take a closer look at the final region. I have successfully collected the latent fingerprint using the black powder method, followed by lifting. The lifted print has been carefully transferred onto the white paper, preserving its detail for further analysis. As you can see, the fingerprint is now visible, allowing us to examine its unique characteristics. This collected latent fingerprint can be used for identification and forensic purposes. And why fingerprints are collected? Why do we collect fingerprints? Fingerprints are collected because they are unique to each individuals, making them reliable method for identification. They help link suspects to crime scene, identify victims, and solve crimes. We use fingerprint in forensic science because they are unique, permanent, and unchangeable. By collecting and analyzing fingerprints, we can gather crucial evidence, identify suspects, and bring criminals to justice. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.